Hello, on this 29th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Let me direct your attention to the opening line of today's gospel. And he told them a parable to the effect that they always pray and not lose heart. Okay, so that's the opening line, which is, from a preacher standpoint, very, very nice that we are given a context to the following parable that Jesus is going to give, so that they always to pray and not lose heart. Have you stopped praying and lose heart? If the answer is yes, you're not alone. I mean, think about this. Jesus is not going to waste his time addressing something that doesn't need to be addressed, right? If everyone just had this great prayer life and everyone prayed with confidence and everyone prayed with persistence and there was no struggles, no temptations, then why even bother talking about it, right? He's talking about it because it's a problem of our human hearts. And I mean, I know this very well just from the retreat that I came from last week, where prayer and faith and trials were all at the forefront, stirring around in my heart. And throughout the week, in consistent prayer, gained a lot of graces and powerful insights into the importance and power in prayer. So let's look at the parable quick. We're presented with a figure, a judge who neither fears God nor has any regard for man. Okay? And a widow comes to him that he settle a dispute with her adversary, that he gives her a just verdict. Okay? And he doesn't want to be bothered by it. Now, this judge is a symbol of God, which is, again, we might think, well, that's very ironic. But in Jesus' time, it was a common Hebrew way of teaching, a teaching in which you do from less to good, okay, from bad to good, okay, from lesser to greater. So what the purpose of the parable and why God has this unrighteous judge is to show, hey, look, if this unrighteous judge, who neither fears God nor has any regard for man, answers the request of a widow because of her persistence, how much more then would a good, loving God grant and answer and provide for those who ask with confidence and with persistence, okay? A less to greater analogy. Okay, that's the angle. Okay, not that God is an unrighteous God or anything like that. It's just to show how even in the worst examples, that requests and prayers can be answered. So how much more will an all good God provide? Okay, that's the whole point. But again, it all goes back to persistence. So even the judge says, I will vindicate her, or she will wear me out by her continual coming. Now, what's even funny is that phrase, wear out, the exact translation is to give a black eye. That literally the judge is afraid that she's going to come back and give him a black eye. But again, shows the power of the persistence. Excuse me. And so God is, just literally pleading with us in times of trial where the temptation is to stop praying, to stop giving up, is to lose heart. The request is persistence in prayer and persistence in also confidence. Okay? At the very last line of this gospel passage, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on earth? And for me, that was one of the main lessons, is that in the prayer, while the trial's still happening, the trial continues, God allows it to continue as a way of exercising and growing in faith, okay? To have confidence, to continue. The prayers don't get answered right away because God wants to build our faith, and he wants to build that complete surrender, that while we can't see anything happening in front of us now, the heavens are shaken. The heavens are being moved. God is doing something. We just can't see it right now. That's also a very important, component in faith and prayer. Okay? God is acting. So another example I want to give you is in the book of Revelation that I've been doing this Bible study with the people. And we haven't gotten to it yet, but in chapter 8, we're told at the very beginning that God has this censer, an angel has this censer, and the incense is mixed with the prayers of the people, and there's a lot of it. So much so that when the angel hurls it to the ground, there's a large bang, large commotion, large impact on the church. And again, all this is a symbol that, our prayers are working and our prayers are having an impact. Even if we don't see the results right now, it doesn't mean that God is inactive. God's always active. The very being of God is always in action. And he wants us to continue to pray. Why? Because he wants us to participate in his saving work. It's not just us sitting there waiting for God to provide. He wants his communion. He wants his relationship where we ask and he gives. And he asks of us and we give to him. And we're all kind of, working out this salvation together. It's not so much a simple declaration from God, but God saving us, but at the same time allowing us to increase and open our hearts, again, which happens through prayer and through faith, to open that up and to let God do the work that he needs to be doing and needs to be done in our lives. And so, the temptation is to, trial continues, nothing seems to be happening, prayer seems useless, but he's doing this to build our faith, to build our trust, and to build our surrender into him. The heavens are moving. God is doing something. He is doing something. But continue to ask, persist, to be, in our minds, a pain, right? A pain to God. We're not really a pain to God, but, almost in a way, he wants us to think like that. Keep asking until you think you're wearing him out, but we're really not. But keep praying, keep persistence, and never lose heart. May God bless you.